Hello folks, and welcome to Modelling Misadventures, and something a bit different this time because it's not really a model, but it is going to involve some construction. And what I'm going to be doing today is trying to make a bird feeding table out of this lot. Now this is just a load of old wood from various renovation projects, pergolas, decking, that sort of thing. I've got loads of timber, just need to pick which ones I'm going to use and see what I can make of it. Now this stuff here is old decking material, definitely going to be using that. I've got loads of stuff in the shed as well. This is what I'm going to start off with. Now I don't do as much DIY as I used to, and my drop down saw is looking a little bit worse for wear here. Now I'm not really going to design this as such, I'm just going to start cutting the wood up and make it as I like. Let's go for 60 centimeters long. That'll be nice and big. Right, that's going to be my base. It's 60 centimeters long, and with those three together, 41 centimeters deep. I think next I'm going to cut some of this stuff to form a border around the base. We'll just see if we can plane it a bit smoother. That's not looking too bad. Now I need something to join these three boards together, so I'm going to use a bit of decking material on the bottom like that. Just going to screw that on the bottom. Right, that's the base screwed together. That's looking better. I'm just marking the drill holes here to put these side panels on. Right, there we are. That is the feeding tray finished. Pretty happy with that. So now I'm going to have a go at the bottom and the post that it sits on. Now I'm going to use this big thick post and try and fasten that onto there. That looks a bit nicer. I think I'm going to go for something like this type of arrangement. I hope it'll be strong enough. I've redone them in some thicker wood. I think these look a lot better. Right, I'm going to fasten them on to the base. Right, I've got all those fastened on, and then I can just pull my post in and out like that. Now I've done this like this so that I can just put my pole in here when I actually set the bird table up. Just like that. Now I can drill the securing holes. This is just a test fit. Well, that's the base of that thing finished. So now I can start on the top. Right, next I'm going to put 4 little corner pieces up like that. I'm going to glue these on first and then screw them in. I've got my 4 uprights on, solid as a rock. I'm going to screw them on as well though. Right, I'm going to make the roof supports out of these pieces. Need a bit of cleaning up first. There we are, that's the top frame done. Now I've got to make a roof. Now I've been looking at some roof pitches to put on here, and I've decided on this. This is an angle of 30 degrees, so I think that's going to look all right. Now I'm going to start off by gluing these together. I'm just going to cut some little notches out of these so that they'll sit on the roof supports. I'm pretty happy with how them look, and I think for now I'm just going to glue them on. I'll see if I need to screw them some way later. Right, I'm going to put some beams on here to support the roof. Well, that's how I've done the ridge beam. Just glued them on again. I've got 2 beams on. I'll probably put a third on when I do the roof, but I'm going to try and now make some decorative gable ends. That looks quite nice. Now I didn't have anything suitable to do this roof, so this is really the only thing I've bought for this. It's some pine lining. I'm going to use it to make the roof tiles. Now I'm just going to saw this tongue off one end. Don't need it on both sides. So I've got my holes drilled for that top piece and just putting these screws in temporarily because I'm going to take this roof off before I paint it, but that's how it's going to go on. Well, there's the roof panels on, just a test fit. Well, I think they're looking really good. So that's pretty much it. I think it's time to paint it. Now I've decided to leave the base its natural colour and just spray the rest of the structure. So I've masked it all off. Now I'm going to spray it first with this white undercoat. Well, that spray paint hasn't worked very well on here. The coverage is rubbish, and I think I'm going to go back to the old-fashioned way of doing it with a brush, get some better coverage. But I'm actually going to fill these screw holes in as well before I paint it. So I've filled all the cracks and screw holes. Going to need a bit of sanding now, isn't it? Well, I've got it all sanded down, and now it's time to put some paint on. Now I've got it painted, and next I'm going to make some landing perches out of this wooden broom handle. These are my perches, and I'm just fastening them on with these saddle clamps here. Well, that's what the birds are going to land on. Now I'm just putting these hooks in here because I want to be able to hang things from the bottom, like seed blocks and stuff. Now I've painted the roof panels red. It's time for them to go on. Now here you can see my poor woodworking skills. So I've had to put some filler along here to just get rid of that gap. Final coat of paint on the roof. Well, that's it finished, but I couldn't resist just doing one final little bit that involved 3D printing. So I've printed off some little 2D printed wall art pieces. I think these are just going to be the finishing touch. Look at that. Well, there it is, completely finished. So now it's time to put it up. I've just put this in with some quick setting concrete. This comes in very handy for getting it level. Now it should fall down and go onto there. solid as a rock. Well, here it is, that's it finished, and I think it looks pretty good. And all we need now is to get some birds on it. So with that, I'm going to say thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on Modelling Misadventures.